Boom, what's going on guys? Arie here and welcome back to another installment of Brutally Honest Store Reviews. Now if you're new to the channel, I do a variety of things e-commerce related. I have my own e-commerce stores and I love to give out e-commerce tips and of course show you a little bit of my journey and my life. But what I also like to do is review you guys' stores. And that's exactly what we're gonna do today. So if you're a beginner and you're just starting your store, or even if you're advanced and you've already had your store open for a while, but you haven't been seeing the conversion rate that you'd like, this video is gonna be absolutely perfect for you and it's really gonna help you increase that conversion rate and maybe realize some mistakes that you may have been making in regards to your store design. So without wasting any more time, let's just hop right into the video. Let's get it. Alright guys, welcome to my computer. As you can see, we're gonna be doing 5 brutally honest store reviews today. And before I hop right into this, I wanna give you a quick quote that I read that I thought was really inspiring. And it really kind of summarizes the reason why I do these store reviews. So the quote goes, "If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten." Now this quote is by Tony Robbins. And I love this quote because it really speaks for, improvement and changing things for the better. Now, what I want you to realize before we go into these store reviews is that you shouldn't be ashamed of your store looking bad. You're never gonna just get it right away. My first store, guys, I'd be too embarrassed to show you my first store, to be honest. It was horrible. It looked janky. It looked like a complete scam. And over time, I got better and I improved and I eventually succeeded. And it was all because I kept changing and learning and improving my store and just everything in general. So that's why I wanted to give you this real quick, just a little piece of motivation. So the first store that I'm gonna review is called Proggle. And as you can see, this is a plain and simple general store. Now, I will say that the design of the store is quite nice. I do like, some of the products that you've chosen and it looks pretty unique, but this header right here, guys, it's too much. This logo just doesn't fit well with this whole area. It just definitely takes up a whole lot of space. So go into your theme settings on Shopify and make sure that you resize your logo. Honestly, this would probably be good if you maybe put the crown on the side of Proggle here rather than just like this whole thing. It looks a little bit too much, like way too big. And if we look at it in mobile view real quick, which is honestly probably the most important thing to do, then in mobile view, it looks just too small. As you can see, it's just tiny. It's not even really noticeable. So that's definitely something that you should improve. Now let's go into a product page here. So this holographic waist bag. So first of all, the name waist bag, I don't think that's how you should call this a fanny pack or a hip bag, I guess, or something, but waist bag just sounds kind of weird. It sounds like a poop bag, like a diaper. And of course the colors, there's no images here. They're all a different color, but they all appear as white. So that's definitely something that you should fix as well. It should be an option in your theme settings to have this, a little bit different. Now, of course, as you can see, this is just way too big. Your header, it's just huge. It covers up your whole screen. And of course, make sure you get reviews in here. My favorite review app is actually Looks Reviews. I've already talked about it, but I have a 30-day free trial for my channel only. Yes, it's an affiliate link, but it's the only way to get a 30-day free trial. And I've been using Looks for pretty much my whole entrepreneurial journey. So make sure you get it, link in the description. But yeah, so get some picture reviews on here. You definitely don't want a product without any reviews. And your checkout is fine. There's nothing too special about it. Maybe put your logo up here. So let's just look at the description one more time real quick. Handcrafted with supple leather and premium metal hardware. You are destined to make it your spring favorite. See, that doesn't make too much sense either. So just make sure that you improve on your product pages, guys. And a quick value tip here, if you're not from the US and your English isn't the best, or honestly, even if you are from the US and you just have a lot of grammatical errors that you make, that's totally normal. Get this Chrome extension. It's called Grammarly, and it'll correct all of your grammar basically in any page that you're making. So it's really helpful, especially to just make sure that your grammar is correct, because one sure way to drive customers off is to have a lot of grammatical errors in your description. That's gonna definitely tell the customer to be wary and to not trust your site, and you definitely need the customer to trust your site. So another thing, of course, is to have urgency in your description. Now, of course, you don't need to have like a countdown timer or anything. Really, honestly, all you need to do is say something like limited limited time offer, limited stock available, something subtle that will make the customer want to buy this now. So that's basically it for this store review. Everything else looks good. I mean, you have your, contact us and everything else, but there's definitely a lot of things that you need to improve upon your page. Next page is Worthy Case. Now, this particular one is clearly an iPhone case store. So they only sell iPhone cases, and honestly, I really like this page. I think they've done an amazing job at branding this. It's a little slow, but for the most part, it looks awesome. The logo is pretty clean. I like how it looks. Free shipping on orders above $30. This looks awesome. I really honestly love your store. But let's just click something like this, for example. Kisses for your phone made with love by Worthy Case. So this is another example of a site that could use a grammar editor. So make sure that you guys get Grammarly. This is not a sponsored post. I'm just giving you some good advice so that you don't have to get your stores reviewed by someone every single time. This will be a good way to make sure that your store is using proper grammar, guys. This is huge. Of course, you have some reviews, so that's great. Better than none. One is definitely better than none. And I kind of like this since you do only sell one product, or not one product, but only one product type. This does make sense to have like related products. It could increase your average order value, but I will say that you're using you're using some trademarked products and stuff, which is not a good thing. So make sure that you get those out of your site before you get in trouble. You're likely not going to get directly sued or anything, but what will happen is payment providers are not going to want to work with you. Shopify is not going to want to provide Shopify payments for you, and it's just going to cause a whole bunch of issues for you in the future. So just make sure that you avoid them right away by deleting these products completely. So let's just add this to cart and check out your I really like this right here. This looks great. Let's check out the cart. So when you click add to cart, it takes you to here. I would make it so that the slide cart, once it appears, one of these buttons should take them straight to checkout, because this is kind of like you're adding like 2 extra steps to your funnel, which is not a good thing. Either have the add to cart send them directly to the add to cart page, or have the slide cart page send them directly to checkout. So let's click place your order, and also maybe change the terminology. Just say continue to checkout rather than place your order, because that way some people might think that they're gonna get charged automatically or something by clicking that, and you just want to avoid those type of miscommunications at all costs. Now everything else in your checkout looks really good. I'm not sure if I like this like pink color over here. It just doesn't really fit with your store too much, so make sure that you change that. And the black button, it also doesn't really work that well for your store since you don't have any other black buttons. So I would say maybe make it a blue or just a green like you had previously. But your logo looks great, and that wraps up this store. I would rate this store a 7 out of 10, and I would rate the previous store a 4 out of 10. Sorry, don't take it personal. Now let's move on to the next store here. This one's gonna be really quickly because unfortunately there's a lot wrong with it. As you can see, the logo, it's just really bad. I'm really sorry, but free shipping over 25, I guess that's fine, but it's still not grammatically correct. And if we go to best sellers, we can check out some of these. This is actually kind of nice. These shoes are the best of the best, and we have made moms and dads happy all over the world through great customer service. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. I kind of like your description. It's not bad. You have a lot of reviews on here, but of course, this is technically a trademark product. This is Chuck Taylor's. They're made by Converse, and you have the Converse star right here. So if you're not an authorized reseller, you're likely gonna have to take this down, unfortunately. But I do like your description. Like, this looks really nice. Your description's awesome, but your logo, man, the logo is just terrible. No offense. So again, your logo just too small. It just really doesn't look good at all. I would much rather you literally take just like a font, like type your name greaser.com into a font and just make it the right size, but this just does not look good. And same with your add to cart button, it doesn't really fit with your store. So just make sure that you check that out. I mean, you make sure that your store is congruent throughout. Don't have so many different colors everywhere. Just use like 2 or 3 colors throughout your whole store. It will make it look a lot more professional, better designed and everything. So make sure you keep that in mind. So I would also rate this store a 5 out of 10. the reason why a 5 out of 10 and not a 4 is because the description that you use is actually pretty good, I will say, but everything else is pretty bad. So I would just make sure to, make those changes. Now the next store is called hypemeout.com, and this one is actually pretty nice, but I will say that this particular pop-up right here, it's just totally different colored than your store. So just make sure that you make it the same colors as your store. Otherwise, it's just, like I said, it's not congruent. It looks like spam, and those are all things that you want to avoid. But this store, it looks pretty cool. I kind of like the vibe you're giving off. Hype me up, re-up your hype. You're definitely, appealing to a specific market right here. But then, of course, once you scroll down, though, you get to see that this is just a general store. So it's not like, the name, this doesn't really fit too well, but like it's not a big deal. So one thing, of course, right away, your description, your pictures are huge. I think this is just because of the theme, but I really don't like that. So make sure that you make this, more a better scale. This is a little too big. So I like your description itself. The description's not that bad. Of course, make sure you use the Grammarly app here to the Grammarly Chrome extension to just kind of clean this up and make it more grammatically correct. And of course, make sure you use the right format. As you can see here, you have 2 spaces, and here you have 2 spaces, but here you only have 1. So that definitely looks a little bit weird. Make sure that you format your description, correctly, and that it looks congruent. And of course, your pictures, they're just ginormous. They just look kind of weird. And obviously, you don't have any reviews, which is not a good thing. You definitely want to make sure that you have reviews. I don't like this McAfee secure badge right here down here. It makes it look almost like sketchy, like you should be wary of it, of this site. So make sure that you get rid of that. In my opinion, that's probably hurting you. And let's just add to cart here, checkout. As you can see, everything else is decent. I would maybe add your logo up here, of course, but everything else looks fine on your checkout. Your checkout just looks like a normal Shopify checkout. But everything else, yeah, you definitely need to change some stuff here, man. So I would rate this store a 5 out of 10 as well. So yeah, I like the idea that you got going on. The name's not that bad. I thought it was gonna be more of like a hype beast store, like some streetwear stuff, but it ended up being a general store, which isn't a big deal, but just make sure that you reformat your descriptions. Make sure that you scale these down a little bit. Let me see how this looks on mobile view. So this actually does look a lot better on mobile, I'm not gonna lie. But it still looks really weird. As you can see, there's like a huge space right here. That just looks terrible. And this 15% off right here is very, very annoying. And just doesn't really look good with your store, so I would just probably get rid of it. It actually completely blocks the checkout button, which, that's really, really bad. Obviously, how someone's not gonna be able to check out if they can't even click the checkout button. So make sure that you fix those things, man. I mean, the store idea is decent, but there's definitely a lot of fine-tuned details that, you definitely gotta get fixed before you start running paid ads, 100%. Now, the next store here is called Nature Peace. Now this is the last store that I want to show you guys. I saved the best for last. This is called Nature Peace, and I absolutely love this store. This one is really, really nice. As you can see, just from right away, you see that the vibe completely changes. This looks totally professional. It totally looks like a legitimate brand. And of course, those are all things that I love. You have all of your proper pages up here. Track your order, contact us, frequently asked questions, shop now. That's perfect. You got some top picks here, some products here. You even have a mission. Man, I love this. This is awesome. This is a really, really great store. So let's take a look at this particular product. Okay, so this bicycle phone holder, this is kind of cool. And you actually have the product swatches, the color swatches here, so that's great. Okay, so that's a really, really solid, header right there. That's pretty much why somebody would buy this. So I like that. Update, limited stock left. So this is a really subtle way to promote scarcity. Very nice. I would make your add to cart button a different color. White, it's kind of, hard to see. A lot of people may not even know that, where to click to add to cart. And I know that sounds kind of dumb, but trust me, a lot of people are actually kind of dumb. So you got to make sure to make it easy for them. Your review app looks awesome. This looks great. And yeah, everything else looks amazing. Honestly, this site is really, really awesome. And I'm really glad that you submitted your store because I really wanted to have a really good example for you guys to see. This is a great example. And of course, guys, if you want to see more examples of stores that are just awesome and very well made, make sure you go on Google and type myip.ms Shopify. And if you type that in and you go to this first link right here, it'll actually show you all of the top Shopify stores on here. So make sure you keep those things in mind, guys. This was a quick video, and I really hope that it helped a lot of you guys out that are beginners, or even if you're not a beginner but you just wanted to see kind of, my opinion on some stores. Hopefully this helped. And of course, if you did get some value, make sure you check out some of my previous videos. Make sure you check out some of the links in my description. I got some videos in there and some other fun stuff. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave me a like. I would greatly appreciate that. We're basically at 50K subscribers. Maybe by the time this goes up, I'll already be at 50K, which is just insane. I can't believe how fast the family has grown. And I want to thank every single one of you guys for it, because I wouldn't be here without you. So with that being said, guys, make sure you take this advice and apply it to your stores. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.